Alright. Hey y'all. Peace and love, butterflies. I didn't even know I was gonna do this. So here we are. We really just honestly following the flow. But I was decided to come on here and update y'all because thank you. The negative self-talk rodeo and then positive self-talk reinforcement has been carrying. Hold on. But yeah, so I recently had another conversation with myself this rising, and I just want to update y'all on that. Who knows if this episode will actually air? You never know. But I want to record it for myself to have in case, because I do want to also start listening. But I really cursed the negative self-talk out. She got cursed out this rising, and it was the first time I did that, because I've done the whole curse out thing, but I always was able to make make it something blame it on something else, because I was under the impression that she was a part of me. The negative self-talk was natural to me, or I just had a lot of empathy for her. I felt like she was the triggered version of me, or just I don't know, things that made me be very soft on her, even though she wasn't being soft on me. And it's like, bitch, I can't be strong for both of us. I have to be strong for me. So I always was very understanding and just very I know you're like this because of the things we went through, but don't work I know you're like this because of the things we went through, but XYZ, and just explaining myself and trying to make the transition as comfortable for her as possible. Meanwhile, it's I'm going through it and I'm not getting what I need, and her acting how she be acting, or that voice doing what it's doing, is very, very fucking harmful to me. But it's again, I'm sitting here being so understanding because I felt again, it was a part of me that was just triggered and lied to and hurt. And it's yes, but at the same time, I feel it just put me in a very almost it enabled me to put her in a victim mindset. You've been through so much, so I'm gonna empathize with you and make excuses for how you treat me and how you act. And it's I can't do that shit no more. I literally can't, because literally it harms me. It literally holds me back. It literally hurts me. It literally makes me create this idea of myself that is not helpful for either one of us. I'm not benefiting from this shit. So I decided to decide that she wasn't a part of me and that she was an outside force, and I made her an op. And it really made me something that I really appreciate about myself is my empathy. It's how understanding I am for people, how I can always empathize with the villain or the weirdo or the not weirdo in the sense of weirdo how Philly people call it, you being weird as shit. I can always empathize with people like that, or the dummy, the stupid girl, or the just different shit. And it's because I felt I identified with those things, because I would look at those characters and be I've been there, so I'm not gonna talk shit about you because I've been there. And on top of that, it'd be I'm still there. I still have scary moments. I still be at the time, settling for certain shit, or just doing low vibrational shit, thinking of myself in a low way. It'd be oh, I still do that, so who am I to talk shit about you? So it's I'm just going to, be understanding because I've been there. And it's that's a very slippery slope, because for me, it's all right, I'm gonna do my best to explain this, y'all, without sounding no type of way, because it's really a philosophy that's very complex to me. But it's I don't have to identify with those things. Yes, I may have made mistakes in the past, but that doesn't mean I have to make a bunch of excuses and victimize somebody who's harming me. In this case, negative self-talk. I don't have to, just because I believed you at one point, or I made those mistakes at one point, doesn't mean I have to be nice to you and allow you to do the fuck shit that you're doing. And it's that's not who I am. That's who you are. You're weird. You're a bitch. You're, all of these things. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm coming off harsh, but it's I really had to get like that. You're all of those things. I'm not those things. And you can't make me feel like I'm those things if I'm not those things. And I did that for a long time. So I just felt and mind you, I'm washing my face again. But yeah, it's I'm really not those things. And I'm not saying I can't empathize with people who go through jealous moments, or I can't empathize with people who, play victim, or I can't empathize with people who, were easily manipulated, or this or that, or all the things that I've been in the past. I'm not saying I can no longer make empathy for people, but if we're bringing it specifically to my negative self, that negative voice, I can't do that with her, because that little bit of leeway turns into a whole storm and wormhole of other shit, and enables her to think she can take a mile from my inch. And it's like, you can't. Like, it's boundaries. It's like, sometimes you realize with a person, or negative self-talk or whatever, that you have to be harsher than you've been. Like, I've been too understanding, I've been too enabling, and I've been allowing her to be a victim, when it's like, I'm the one who's going through shit. You're doing shit to me, but I'm still letting you play victim. It doesn't make any sense when you're getting everything you need and I'm not getting shit. So I just feel like, I have to, like I said, it's a very slippery slope when you start to identify with fuck shit. And it's like, and I'm not a fuck ass person. So yeah, I just was like, I don't feel like you're a part of me anymore. And I told her that, like, you're not a part of me. You're not welcome here. You're not from me. I didn't give birth to you. Like, and as I'm, as the conversation is getting more and more heated, I'm in my head like, damn, I'm being really harsh, or like, damn, like, I start feeling like, am I talking to my inner child? Like, I probably shouldn't be talking to myself like this, or talking, like, I know she was developed, like, all that shit we already do, where we be like, oh, this was developed because I was harmed, and like, it's ego, or it's fear, they're trying to protect you, and this, that, and the third. And it's like, I get that, but I have let this shit go on for too long, and I've been hurt too much. So it's like, I can't just be nice about it. Like, I can't be like, oh, I understand. Like, same thing with like certain relationships and breakups. It's like, it gets to a point where it's like, okay, I can't even be nice about it. Like, you're fucking drawn. Like, you broke my heart. You hurt my self-esteem. You had me in here feeling crazy. Like, and now it's 2 years, 3 years, 5, 10 years later, and you want me to be nice about it, write you a fucking nice little letter. And it's like, no, bitch, I'm not doing none of that. I'm getting my shit, possibly cursing you the fuck out or whatever, and I'm leaving. Like, I'm not gonna be like, I understand why you did what you did to me, and this situation isn't giving that. And I'm not saying that some situations don't get, no situation can give that, but this one doesn't. When it's like, I've literally suffered. That's what I was saying. Like, I'm like, I literally was suffering, like, literally be suffering, like, in my head, not joyful, not happy, fucked up, feeling low about myself, attracting low ass vibrational shit, holding myself back, not expressing myself, not speaking up for myself, not expressing myself creatively as deeply and as vulnerably and as powerfully as I want to. Like, you affecting everything that has to do with my mind, body, and spirit, and you want me to be nice to you. Like, what the fuck? You want me to be mild-mannered when you fucking you wasn't fucking my life, because you could never do that. Because even through all of that, I still I still have a podcasting show. I still have a music career. I still have a successful relationships, romantic, platonic, and familial. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm still out here living, breathing like a fucking dragon, as I'm always going to fucking be. But it's like, you still hurt me. Just because I'm lit as shit and I'm a fucking superstar, don't mean you didn't. I'm a fucking strong black woman. Doesn't mean you didn't fucking hurt me. So no, bitch, you hurt me, and I'm not dealing with this shit. Like, you have to fucking go. Like, period. So I was telling her all of those things, and I'm not being nice about it. I was just telling somebody close to me the other day, I feel like, I was raised, and it's so funny because I was talking about it, and then I was having a conversation with one of my parents, and they brought it up, and I was like, that's so crazy. I was just saying this earlier. But it's like, I feel like I was raised to be very mild-mannered. Like, I had literally had books on manners when I was because I was reading at a very young age. So, like, at a young age, I knew what manners was, respecting your elders, and, like, also, I went through an abusive relationship with my parents. So it's like, that can silence you in a lot of ways and fuck up your ability to be courageous, or your ability to believe in yourself, or have self-worth or value and shit like that, if you're going through shit like that, whether it's neglect, physical, mental, verbal abuse, all of those things. So I went through that for a long time, and it of course conditioned me to be a certain way. And I feel like I was raised on these morals that, while they got me a lot of places, like, they got me, it made, like, okay, for example, like, okay, in school I get along with my teachers because I'm very mild-mannered, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, they're gonna select me to lead certain shit or get certain privileges. Like, yes, it brought certain rewards and privileges my way, but looking back, it also harmed me a lot because I wasn't able to be myself, or I wasn't able to speak up. I was rewarded for being mild-mannered, but I didn't respect it. Like, I didn't respect myself enough, or I didn't love myself enough. Like, but all that mattered is that I said yes ma'am, no ma'am, and I was considerate. Like, that was the standard. If you're considerate, it don't matter how you feel. And it's just like, damn, like, I don't like that. So, and then, you know, even going to my rap career stuff, it's like, I was very fucking inconsiderate in my raps. Very fucking at your neck, very fucking on those things, as I should be. But, you know, I was saying all that as to say, like, I feel like I was raised very mild manner. I don't know what the actual expression is, but, you know, with manners, very considerate, very self-aware, very make yourself smaller to make other people comfortable and all of those things. And it's like, that shit don't be helping me. Like, do people like me because I'm nice to them? Yeah. Like, the fuck, do I get rewarded because I'm a respectful person? Sure. Like, you know what I'm saying? But am I happy with myself? Do I feel safe? Do I respect how I handle certain situations? Those are the questions that I feel like matter more than that. So it's like, you know, and it's like, it's not even just about, like, even when I think of situations where I look back and I'm like, damn, I really should have smacked the shit out of you for real. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. But it's like, again, those mild manners, those like trying to make excuses for people or being afraid of consequences, like all of that type of shit plays a part. And it's like, I'm glad it kept me a certain level of safe, but for the shit that I'm trying to do, I can only be but so scary. I can only be but so, like, I don't know, like, put in a box. So I was telling, and that goes to the negative self-talk, because it's like, whole time you think you being mild-mannered is what God want in order to bless you. You got to be a fucking mild-mannered person. Whole time God wants you to pop your shit. Whole time God is like your number one cheerleader for when you popping your shit. And in my raps, I was popping my shit and talking about God. Like, let's be clear, if you look at a lot of them fucking videos where I'm making my emixes and shit, I'm sitting here talking about how I'm talking to God, and God right there like, yep, that's my daughter. Yep, she said what she said. And I dare anybody to say shit. So I don't know where the transition happened between me thinking I had to be on some fucking, I don't even know what the reference, but like some fucking kumbaya type shit in order to feel like God was there. Like, no. Like, if anything, I felt the most godly when I was popping my shit. And that's something I was telling myself this rising. Like, that shit connected you to your godlike power. That's what made you feel godly. Nah, we're not asking what make you feel right. We're not asking what make you feel likable. We're not asking what makes you feel safe, what makes you feel this, that, and the third. Because anything that makes you feel godly smashes all that shit. None of that shit either comes with all of that or it disintegrates up shit that don't matter. So it's like, what made me feel godly was pushing my fucking pen and that shit coming easy as shit to me, and me being able to loop metaphors inside and out, like, easy at the fucking blink of an eye. Like, that shit made me feel godly. So I'd rather feel godly than feel mild-mannered at this point in my life. I'd rather feel godly than feel mild-mannered. I'd rather fuck with myself than give a fuck if I offended you. Like, especially when I know I'm not a bad person. Like, I don't be trying to offend people. Do I talk a lot of shit? Yes. Have I always had a smart mouth? Absolutely. That's why I didn't get along with most of my family. But at the same time, it's like, it was never just I'm picking on people or I'm talking shit, whatever. Like, if you get me to that point, you get me to that point, or I'm just trying to understand something, or I have a fucking opinion just like everybody else. So it's like, you know, that's one thing or another. But anyway, that negative self-talk will have you feeling like you don't deserve to have an opinion. You don't deserve to have a voice. You shouldn't express yourself this way, or this is going to happen to be bullying the shit out of you. Like, that's really what that shit is. Like, I feel like I've had a fucking bully in my fucking head for I don't know how long. Like, just bullying me. Like, damn, that's not okay. Like, you shouldn't be fucking doing it. You shouldn't be talking to me that way. And that's how the story always goes. When I turn around and smack the shit out of you, then I'm wrong. And it's like, that's why I had to have the conversation, this rising that I had with the aggression that I did. Because it's like, I really sat here and let you bully me, trying to be understanding, empathetic, like being self-sacrificial. Really sat here, had a whole bully on my shoulder. And it's like, but you can't beat me at all. And that's the crazy part. It be in your mind. Like, it be the weakest people thinking that, like, it be the strongest people letting the weakest niggas run them, thinking they running shit when you really only running shit because I'm letting you run shit and because you got in my head. But if we really talking about power, if we really talking about, like, skill, if we talking about heart, passion, like, all of that shit, you know I got that shit in the bag. You would have, if I wasn't listening to you, you wouldn't be able to do shit with me at all. Like, it's the same thing with, like, badass bitches be dating weirdo ass niggas, like, and they be in the house because he done got your fucking mind all fucked up and you manipulated and shit, sitting in the house, and he thinking he that fucking nigga, when it's like, whole time the girl is like, if I really wasn't letting you this is that and the third, like, you really wouldn't have shit, you really couldn't do shit with me, like, you really weak ass nigga. Like, that's what bullies are, and that's what that negative self-talk be doing. It be bullying people who should not even feel that way. Amazing people with so much intelligence and so much love to give the world and light and positivity and just like, you know, inspiration and empowerment and just like amazingness, and be being bullied by their own fucking mind. Like, I don't like that shit. And the more I talk about it on my podcast and the more I talk about it with myself, the more I feel like that's like, you know how, I don't know if y'all know this, but back in the day, I used to be an advocate for like, you know, black people and our rights and shit like that. And I used to do marches and all that other shit. But that same spark that I felt about protecting my people, that's how I feel about this negative self-talk shit, because it's really bad for a lot of people. And it's been really bad for me. Like that, like I said, that shit has kept me miserable for days at a time, weeks at a time. And I'm like, damn, what the fuck is wrong with me? Like, I just want to be happy, or I just want to be okay, or I just want to be present, and can't even do that because somebody in my head bullying me 25/8 with every little thing that I do. Every little thing, from how the fuck, what the fuck, how I do my hair, to how I write this rap, to somehow I responded in a situation, to when somebody says something to me, it's like a 25/8. You just yapping shit to say about every little thing. Like, I can't do enough. So, and nobody deserves to be experiencing that. So that's why I had to get with her today. Like, bitch, you're not my friend. Like, you're not my fucking friend. You never were. You were never my friend. Like, you never wanted what's best for me, for real. So I can't, and then once I established that boundary and understood that this is not something that's a part of me, this is not something that is me, I did not birth this, I'm not the reason for this, and I'm not a fucking victim of that shit. Once I decided that, and that was the language I started to use, it started to invalidate everything that bitch said. Everything that she said. From shit like, from talking about, you know, maybe my raps or my creativity or my songs, my music, to simple shit like how I fucking cook. Like any little thing she said, I'm like, yo, I don't believe shit. Mind you, I used to at least believe some of the big shit, like, or you got a point, because it's complex. And like, you know, I used to believe some shit she say, like, or I had no room for none of that shit. None of it. I don't believe nothing you say. So at this point, now that that's established, what can you do with me, for real? Once I don't believe shit that you saying, and I don't got no empathy for you, and I've established that you a op, it's up. I'm already a Sagittarius. If you're a fucking op, I have no rep for you. Like, I'm not, once I genuinely establish that you are a threat, like, or not even a threat, that's in certain situations, but like, once I establish that you are a op, that's the best way I could put it. It's not you don't get shit from me no more. And once it's that, and then I also, like I said, I lack the empathy for it. It's the same thing like when you date somebody and they just, over time, they start just being like, done. It's like, you can't do shit with that. You can't, when somebody is moved on, you know, mentally, emotionally, shit like that. So I moved on from her. Like, like, this is not that. And it's like, I'm tired. And when I was sitting there like, all right, you know, in a conversation, I was getting heated, and I'm like, all right, I need to calm down. But it's like, no, like, you don't understand. Like, I literally have been miserable. Like, I've gone through chapters of being literally miserable because of this person. Like, because of the shit that I went through. And it's like, I'm fucking tired of that shit. Like, I'm tired. I don't want that. And I'm elevating in life. Like, I was telling y'all the other day, if y'all listen to the last podcast, it's like, I have good things going on. I've always had good things going on, though. Like, this is not nothing new. The only new thing is the mindset. I've always had blessings on blessings on blessings. Always been abundant in opportunities. Always had love around me in my community. So it's like, these are not new things. It's just my mindset is different. So it's like, no, like, I'm happy. Like, I'm happy. I'm healthy. I'm successful. I'm prosperous. I'm hopeful. I'm faithful. Like, I'm not doing that shit. So I have shit to lose at this point. And I realize that now. You have to go. Like, what the fuck? This is your exit ticket. This is your eviction notice. This is you need to get the fuck out of here before she whoop your ass. Like, this is that. And it's not nothing else. It's black and it's white. Period. So I was explaining all of that. And I was like, you feel those awkward feelings of like trying to invalidate your own anger or like invalidate your own aggression. Because and it's like, because like, you ain't really mad like that, or you're not really upset, or like, you know, it's like, first of all, I was talking to myself, so that's a whole other thing. Like, damn, you know, like, you're not even talking to nobody, like, but it's like, no, it's that serious, it's that deep. And don't feel weird. Like, if you have that conversation with yourself, don't feel weird, don't feel awkward. It don't matter if people are around, like, you know, it don't matter what the fuck is going on, because that moment is for you. So I didn't force myself out of it. Like, I let myself be mad. I let myself curse her the fuck out, because again, I know what it was like having that bully on my shoulder. You know what it's like if you experience it. So you need to have your moment, do your big one, and send her packing, or him, or them, or whatever the fucking case is. Like, do your big one. Whatever that looks like for you. And what it looked like for me was cursing that bitch the fuck out and telling her I dare her to say something else. I dare you. You're dismissed. Disintegrated. Fuck, disembodied. The list goes on and on and on. Like, very intelligent. We could do this vocabulary shit all day. Fuck. So, hopefully, in me sharing it, I'm about to take all this stuff off my face, but hopefully, you know, in me sharing it, y'all feel bad because you're not alone. Like, it's people who, like, again, like, people might not expect me to be somebody who goes through this because I get complimented all the time on, like, my confidence, my courage, my this, my that. And it's like, yes, but behind, you know, closed doors and stuff like that, everybody has their own struggles. And for a lot of us, it is that negative self-talk, that voice in your head that causes doubt or fear or all of these mental breakdowns, all of this other shit. When it's like, if that thing wasn't there, you would be happier, healthier, all of those things that you deserve. So it's like, just know that you're not alone because it's other people who experience this shit. All right, let me take this off my face and I'm gonna say some more stuff. Oh man, I'll be trying not to wet my damn hair, but it just be all coming to the front.